Hello, everyone. Welcome. How's everyone doing tonight? I've been doing pretty good. I've got one guest in the basement. I'll bring him up in just a second. Let's just take a look at chat, see who's in here. Hello, hello. I'm going to attempt to make teriyaki sauce, so I'll have teriyaki chicken for dinner. Sounds delicious. That's what I said. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Lillian. And ready? Ooh, that was a flicker. Hello, Kenny.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, how are you doing?
Doing all right. About yourself?
I'm not too bad.
I've just been sitting here listening to it rain here all day at my house.
Okay, this is not the time. Well, it's overcast here, but that light has flickered twice. 3 times. Don't. I do have a fully charged computer. As long as the internet doesn't go out, we're good.
Hello.
Hello. It's freaking me because my light just flickered 3 times.
Uh-oh.
So my battery's fully charged on the computer, but if the power goes out and I lose the internet, I'm screwed. Amy's cooking teriyaki sauce.
Yep. So I've got Koman teriyaki, pineapple juice,
Yum.
and brown sugar. Now my mom didn't give me any measurement, so she just mixed those two. And they didn't have the cans of teriyaki. They only had the little cans. They only had this big can. So I know I don't need all of it. But maybe I'll do I don't know. Anybody made teriyaki before? What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Michelle's here. Lillian's here. So Captain Billy J travels here. Lillian.
Hey, Captain Billy J.
Well, I was going to do this the other day, but I didn't get around to doing it. So I'm also going to do a little mail call at the beginning. On Friday, before I left for the weekend, I got one postcard. And on Tuesday, I got another postcard.
Sweet.
Both from Danny and Landon and Griswold Family Vacay. So we got a bighorn sheep. Got Sheep's Lake to lick the mineral deposits at Rocky Mountain National Park. And this is Butterfly Palace, so like a butterfly sanctuary or something. So that's pretty cool. So thank you to Griswold Family Vacay for the postcards. They'll end up either on my wall here or over on my door where I have a couple other YouTuber cards.
Hey, Lillian. Hey, Michelle. Everybody in the chat.
We'll chat for a little bit. And then I'll touch on the subject I was thinking of.
Did V go live this morning?
Nope, not to my knowledge. There was no thumbnail, no nothing. I haven't heard anything or seen anything for tonight, so I have shot her a message on WhatsApp. Check to see if everything's okay, but I haven't heard anything back yet. So hopefully everything's okay.
Well, I know the message I got from her, she was sending my package, and she said that I should receive it by May 31st. That was the last thing I got from her.
I was chatting with her through WhatsApp on Tuesday after Amy had popped up, or during Crystals. So I've just been keeping an eye. I haven't seen a thumbnail for tonight, so we'll just have to wing it, I guess. See if whether. Oh, great. Sorry, I just seen something pop up on my one of my fellow YouTube friends is having issues with a stalker. And I got a couple stupid messages earlier, and I just got another one. So, yeah, it's kind of almost fits in with kind of being the subject. It's an ex that's sending stupid comments, going into other people that are subscribers of his and leaving comments. And I know it's BS because just the comments they made do not. Okay, so Michelle says, just walked into my apartment building, the heavens opened up. Just made it just in time, nick of time. I've had enough of rain.
I need rain.
You're more welcome to
What? We send it.
You're more welcome to have it, Amy. Because we're getting like crazy here. And they're supposed to come and do something to my internet tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to do, but they sent me an email earlier in the week saying that they had found something on their end that can cause my internet to go have issues. So
We're good of them to come out and fix it on their end, and hopefully you have less issues.
Yep.
well, what it is, I called Spectre myself to find out if it was a legitimate, because I know of people getting spam emails and things like that. So I'd called them myself to find out if it was actually legitimate, and they told me that it was. And then I need to schedule an appointment for them to send somebody out here to check it, whatever they do or whatever. And I did, so they connected me with that part department, and then they're gonna send somebody out tomorrow, somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock tomorrow. So I hope I get to participate at the rape parade. So if you don't see me in the rape parade, 'cause I don't know how long the guy's gonna be here, you'll know why.
Kenny, I know you're supposed to go live tomorrow for after the raid parade, but if you can't because of that, reach out, and if I'm home, I can go.
Okay.
Well, I got an email from my provider saying a little while back saying spam emails coming from my end, and what they said it was regards to the kind of router I had that they're having issues with. So I was like, well, right now I can't afford to get a new router. They go, well, we have a combo router and modem. Okay, send that to me. Oh, we don't have any in stock. So they've sent me a new modem I have to switch out. So hopefully we do that tomorrow so I can send them the other one back. And then hopefully get a router before too long and straighten that out. But
yeah, well, I finally got a hold of them last night to cancel my TV service that I had with them that they made me get when I upgraded the internet. I'm like, I have I told them last night, I said, look, TV don't even interest me. I said, all my needs and wants is it works off internet anyway, so
exactly.
that's all I need.
Yeah. Well, even our TV, we only use like Netflix or Disney Plus or all those that are through the internet. So as long as my internet's fine, I don't care about all that other cables and stuff. Billy J says we're drenched in northwest Florida, raining cats and dogs and upside down pineapples.
Oh, so my friend, she posted a Snapchat today. I'll go find it because it's quite funny. Oh, what am I doing?
Julian says it's warm in Oregon, supposed to rain some. Michelle's saying glad it wasn't a scam. Well, if anybody doesn't want the rain, send it down to Texas. They need some.
Big old swingers party going in here.
Jeez.
Big old swingers party going in here.
I saw that. I just cracked up laughing.
Michelle says, Kenny, don't you watch YouTube on your TV? No, he's got his laptop, 2 tablets, and his phone.
Yeah, I got 2 tablets, a PC, and basically 2 phones.
2 phones.
For when Dad's not using his phone, because like I said, everything is in my name. We use the same Google account, everything. So since I'm more into the technology than he is. I did it that way on purpose, so that way I don't have to keep up with 2 different accounts.
Yep. Well, it throws me off when I'll put my Roku. I'll put the thing up, the live up on the thing, but on the TV, but I'll mute it so I can follow the chat and that. And here it was like, I don't know why I'm doing this all the time.
Oh, so you'll put your own live up on the TV?
My live or anybody else's live. Depends on whether I want to follow the chat closely or not. Or if I'm watching replays, I'll just put it up on the TV. Lillian says, whenever someone says that something is wrong and they need to come fix it, I make them show me proof of who they are. Well, if it's from your internet provider, hopefully they would prove who they are. Solex, finding calm amidst the alien storm. I love it. What about aliens? I've had, well, I guess I'll start with, I had experience, or I experienced something. There was a bit of a traumatic event happened with some of our LARP friends on the weekend. And then I come home from that weekend to Tuesday, Amy popping up and talking about another traumatic event. So one traumatic event kind of affected people I know, and then the other one didn't.
Yeah.
The one that didn't affect me or anybody I know is the school shooting in Uvalde at the, I think it's Robb Elementary School.
Robb Elementary School, all 4th graders.
And that's pretty scary. And I don't want to get into any discussions on gun laws and all that stuff, but the fact like Amy was talking about that we have to teach our kids to have drills for invaders or intruders and that we have to lock our doors nowadays because, you know, some wacko can walk in anywhere. And I was talking to a friend of mine today who works as a custodian here in Canada, you know, little small town school. And it's one of his jobs to go around and make sure all the doors are closed and locked all the time, at all times. And he was down at one end of the school and where the daycare is, and they actually had the door propped open and got into an argument with the teacher. It's like, well, we do it all the time. Well, this is my responsibility to make sure the doors are kept closed and that. And went down and spoke to the principal. The principal went down and talked to them. Well, we do it all the time. That's not going to help the rest of the school if somebody intrudes in there. And in fact, they had a strange person or unknown person walking around the neighborhood there and walked near the school. They ended up calling the police because they didn't recognize who this person was. So if that person had walked in through the daycare door, how are they going to stop this person from wandering through the school?
Absolutely. And if anybody, and I forgot to say this on mine because I just thought about it. Sorry, I'm getting a pan. If anybody wants to know, I'm not going to discuss it on here because I don't want the wrong people hearing about it. But if anybody wants to know exactly what happens during a intruder drill, email me or message me, and I will tell you what exactly that is, just so you can have an idea of the trauma behind it and the emotional and everything that goes behind it.
Yeah, try to explain that to, say, a kindergarten child or a grade 1 or 2 child. Like, why did we have to do this? Why? What's happened? Why do we have to do this? Like, that causes trauma. I've seen a little bit about different drills and what they do. That's scary.
Like I've said, it's the scariest thing I have ever, one of the scariest, if not the scariest thing I've ever had to do in my life is intruder drills.
And Michelle says she watches on big screen. So we love government focusing on mental wellness. And I discussed this the other day when Amy was live. I discussed it with a police officer friend of mine, and she said the biggest thing is these people with mental health issues need to be identified and treated. Like, if you suspect something, get that person help. Like, but it's scary. Yep. I seen a thing pop up today, and for 2022, number of shootings by country, and it's equal to gunfire on school grounds too. And it was U.S. versus some other countries in the world. And in 2022, there have been 288 school shootings or gunfire on school grounds in the U.S. The next one was Mexico with 8, South Africa with 6, India with 5, Nigeria and Pakistan with 4, Afghanistan with 3, Canada, Brazil, and France with 2, Estonia, Hungary, Azerbaijan, and Greece with 1. And that doesn't have to be legit people hurt. That's just shooting guns off on the school property. I love how after something like this happens, all of a sudden the kids have to clear backpacks, then shortly after that it's back to regular backpacks. So it amazes me the fact that they have to have metal detectors or school police officers and all that, just checking kids as they go in. After I talk about the other one, then I talk about trauma. Now, the thing that affected people I know, which was a traumatic event as well, I'm not putting it up there with the school shooting that it was that traumatic, but it was traumatic for a lot of friends of mine. And in fact, their lives were threatened as well. On Saturday afternoon, where I was at the LARP event outside London, Ontario, we got hit by a storm, and what we just thought was maybe a severe thunderstorm or maybe a bit of a supercell. We had some high winds. We had heavy rain. It blew down a lot of small branches, but it did blow down a significant sized branch on a tent. Luckily, nobody was in that tent. Come to find out, this storm was part of what they call derecho. I had to look that up, which is like a long line and long-lasting storm. Welcome, Sharon J. and Little Pissy Willie Mike.
Hey, Mike and Sharon J.
And from my understanding, the derecho winds, they're like hurricane force winds, but not a hurricane.
Yeah. I'll read a little bit that somebody posted on it. But the storm hit us. We just thought it was just a local little storm. This storm actually stretched and went across from London, Ontario, across Kitchener, Waterloo, Toronto, ended up going across Ottawa, which is our capital, and then and into Quebec, and then finally into Maine. Like that's a huge storm moving all the way through. Now, derechos cause hurricanes and tornado force winds, actual tornadoes, heavy rains, and flash floods. Where'd the other line go? So, while we thought we escaped lucky, at the same time, another group of LARPers, live action roleplay people, good friends of ours, a lot of them, were at what we call the Mournfall site, which is just outside of Ottawa. They got hit hard by that storm, and an actual tornado touched down less than 5 kilometers from the site. And I will go here and I will show you just some of the pictures that one of the administrators from Mournfall site posted and gave me permission to share these. And the first picture is the only shelter that they had on site, the only structure. And then near the end, you can keep an eye for it. There's a couple pictures where you can see where the ground is scorched, and I'll talk about that after. So I'm just going to show you. No, that white car was the one was totaled. There was 2 other cars heavily damaged as well. Where you can see the ground scorched, the down power lines set off fires. They called 911. 911 hung up on them because they couldn't get to them. So they grabbed anybody that had fire extinguishers in their vehicles, put out the fires. They had nowhere to hide. They hunkered down behind. I don't know, 16 of them that were hunkered down behind one truck. When they heard they said it was just like a wall of brown just coming at them, and they ran. Anybody that had metal armor or chainmail on, were peeling off the stuff so that they had no metal on them, so they wouldn't get struck by lightning. What's most traumatic to me about that, watching all that, I know I talk about my adopted son. He was there at that event. So that could have touched home to me. It scared the heck out of me. My oldest son and I were out on a mod. I was doing video, and then we kind of were wandering around, keeping an eye on the mod that was going on, and our guys, our shapers have taken to were carrying walkie-talkies with the earpiece, and my son was called to come back to the NPC camp, which are non-player character camps, where all the shapers and plot members kind of go out from. And we were met at the door by one of the shapers and telling us what had happened at Mournfall. So I have put in the description, there's a GoFundMe put out by Victims First for the Uvalde shooting. They've raised quite a bit already, but Victims First is organized by parents and that of other victims from other school shootings. They make sure that these GoFundMes go directly to the families to make sure all the expenses are taken care of. That I know there's 2 funeral homes in Uvalde, San Antonio area that are doing that. They're not charging for funerals, so that's great. But if anybody wants to donate, there's one of the GoFundMes that could help those. The other GoFundMe I put in there was organized by Dave Ashby, who is one of the owners of the whole Underworld LARP Global, and he put that out because even though we have like 10 different guilds, when things have happened to different guilds, the other guilds will come together and help them out. So I asked the other gentleman that put the pictures up if I could use those pictures and put the GoFundMe up if anybody wants to help out and donate towards helping them rebuild. The campground where they're at is devastated, is just obliterated. A lot of their costuming and all that stuff that they kept in a tent there was destroyed, so they have to replace that. There's a description in the it's quite a long description in that GoFundMe that Dave put up. They lost a lot. They've lost almost all their shelters and on-site storage tents. Much of the camping equipment is a write-off, and a lot of damage done to the equipment has to be repaired. Food cost recovery that they used to feed their players that were stuck on site. They're still calculating, and the list goes on. This happened Saturday afternoon. These guys were trapped on site until early Sunday evening because of down trees, down power lines. They couldn't get off site. They were kind of on the tail end of the power company coming through and turning off the power so they could get out. There was a couple vehicles that took the chance and went through 4-wheel drive through the bush and got off site, but most of them were trapped there. Food wise, they were cooking up everything they had because otherwise it was going to spoil. There was one neighbor that let them stay in their garage for a time, but just no. It doesn't have to be big things like this tornado or a school shooting to be traumatic. Now I was looking at there was some tips to deal with trauma. And they said trauma is an emotional response to a stressful event. Short term, it causes shock and denial. Long term, there's intense emotions, physical symptoms, flashbacks, post-traumatic stress, all that stuff. One of the things we can do, and if you guys want to put suggestions down how you deal with trauma, or anybody thoughts of how people can deal with trauma, you're welcome to add. One tip was focus on what's important, doing what you have to just get through day by day. Look for support, whether it be a support group or a good friend to lend an ear. Take up different strategies to reduce stress, whether it's yoga, meditation, go out and exercise, go to, finding therapy, so finding art therapy, music therapy, something to help you deal with the stress. Journaling, talking to a friend, or finding a therapist to help process your feelings, talk about it. Focus on self-care, doing things special for you, just practice of accepting your feelings, focusing on your senses, something that's, listening to music, or going out in nature, just listening to the birds, or if you enjoy smells, going out in the gardens and smelling or out after a rain and that smell, or whatever, bake a chocolate cake if that smell helps you feel better. It's grounding techniques. There's one called like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You focus on 5 things you can see, 4 things you can hear, 3 things you can smell, 2 things you can taste, and 1 that you can touch, or somewhere in there. I'm going to go back here for a little bit and Sharon. I'm glad you could join us, Sharon. And hi to Amy and Kenny. What I mean is everyone is going gung-ho about security, but it's never long-term. That's true. Like everybody's gung-ho right after a big tragedy, but then they kind of get lax after a short time. I made back to her when I went to school in the 1970s. We had a resident police officer. He had an office like a nurse did at our high school in Vancouver, Canada. But we didn't have a school nurse on site. Big damage, that's scary, can't imagine. In the States, the high schools have resource officers. Their main job is to patrol the parking lot and look for kids smoking and those skipping school. Yeah, they get too focused on those smaller issues and not focusing, what's lurking out. You can open lockers, let anyone suspected of hiding contraband. Michelle, I went through a storm like that. We were talking about, I can't spell it. It was without power for 7 days. It knocked down a whole row of power poles, trapping people under the wires, a lot of damage. And one of the second last, there was a line of power poles, and then the one before that was one of those big electrical towers with hydro lines are on, twisted down into a clump on the ground. Yeah, we're really relying on power. Self-care is so important. I've only just learned that. Yep. We got to take care of ourselves. But sometimes we're the only one that can. We take care of ourselves first. And then, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of your family? I know quite often we put ourselves on the back burner and, take care of the kids, take care of the hubby, take care of the house, take care of this, take care of that. And then maybe we finally get to ourselves and say, oh, maybe I'll have a bubble bath tonight. Or maybe I'll make something special for myself to eat. Or something like that. But we don't put ourselves first. It's like on the airplane. You put your mask on first, then take care of the one beside you.
I was going to go back to where they were talking about the security at the schools.
Yep.
And so the district that I worked for, at the time they did it, and they still may be one of the very, very few in the United States, definitely Missouri, that they employ their own police officers. So instead of being and it's the Blue Springs School District, so instead of being like a police officer with the Blue Springs Police Department, they're an officer with the Blue Springs School District, and they're full cops. They could have gotten the job at the police department or with the school, and they're working for the school. They're paid by the school. They're school employees. But they have every right as a police officer at everything. And there's enough in the district that they're placed in various schools each day to where if something were to happen at one of the schools, so many of them can get to that school within a certain amount of time.
That's good.
So, but yep, they're district employees, but they're police officers and they're employed by the school district.
I'm sure it says so a private cop. So sort of, yeah. Employed by the school board.
But they have unmarked cars and they wear their uniform. They have a uniform that they wear that, you know, the kids know that they are a police officer and they can help you and all of that stuff, but they're employed by the district.
Hey, NJ. Welcome. It's almost necessary nowadays.
Yep.
Somebody like that that's trained to look out, you know, be suspicious of, you know, people that are on school grounds, well, not even coming into the school, but on school grounds. Like, is that a person that's a student? Is that a parent? Or is that just some creepy person wandering onto the grounds? Because you don't know.
Never know.
Could be somebody who looks normal, but, you know, somebody that with that kind of training could say, I don't quite like the way that guy's doing such and such, or that lady's doing such and such. Hey, Ron, Daryl, welcome.
Ron. Hi, Ann.
But, no. You'll learn
Hey,
this.
Mom, Daryl, and hey, NJ.
Ron T for trouble.
I got a video coming out tomorrow. It's dedicating to you, Ron Daryl.
Oh, that sounds good.
And also Ron Sees America.
Does it have pineapples in it? Yes. When don't we associate anything that has to do with pineapples with Ron Sees America or Ron Sees Pineapples? Or whatever we want to tease them about.
It'll be dropping at 8 o'clock in the morning, my time. That's 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So
I might be up by then.
Sleeping then.
I know, but it'll get views throughout the day.
I set my alarm for early this morning and couldn't find a thumbnail, so I rolled over and went back to sleep and woke up at 10:30.
You can watch it any time throughout the day. It's just I think a video is only like 4 minutes and something seconds long. I think 4 minutes and 23 seconds. I think it is.
I'm still trying to catch up on videos that I missed over the weekend and lives and that of everybody. It's like I couldn't believe how the many things I missed. Well, I left Friday evening. I didn't get back till after dinner on Monday, so I got all of Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's anybody's lives and I tried to stay up for Ron's Monday night, and I think I typed a few things in and then I passed out. And then last night it was this same thing I was watching and it was like, nope. I'm just going out on a LARP weekend is exhausting, and I wasn't even in the battles. I was out doing video, and I got a heck of a lot of videos that are going to be dropping.
Awesome.
I think it's either 10 or 11. Some are longer, but I was looking at them, and there was just no spot in them that I could break it into 2 parts. So there's a few longer ones. So I apologize.
Sorry to hear that, Crystal. Hope you get to feeling better here soon. Well, she said that she's been going crazy. She's in a lot of pain with her left side kidney area.
Oh, no.
Ouch.
I'm sorry to hear that, Crystal. Hope you get some relief soon.
Michelle, I see your comment about the males. What is that? What are you referencing? Are you referencing what I think you're referencing? Because I was thinking the same thing. If it's what I'm thinking of.
That seems to be what makes the news. But we don't know.
I've never had to experience that, but I've heard people that I've heard people that's had that experience with kidney stones, but I've not I've not had that experience myself.
I know the one I babysat. He had kidney stones at the very first LARP event I went to 8 years ago. He not only fell into the ditch that weekend, he ended up in the hospital with kidney stones.
Yeah. Okay, Michelle. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
Because kidney stones are no joke. The different sizes of those stones, and they're spiky and whatever. And your kidney is about yay big, and it's got all kinds of little pockets and nooks and crannies in it. And that thing gets caught in there or blocks one of the ureters going down to your bladder and gets stuck there. And that kidney gets backed up with urine. That's like, that's painful as heck. Camping is very nice, even in the rain.
You
take care of yourself.
Yes.
I don't ever want to experience that, so I'll pass.
Well, the big thing is watching diet. Some people are prone to it, and some people are just. It's part of your diet, whether it's too much calcium, too much sodium, too much this, too much that.
So in actuality, what does actually cause kidney stones?
Different things.
The buildup, trying to find a good. Kidney stones form when your urine contains more crystal-forming substances such as calcium, oxalate, and uric acid that the fluid in your urine can dilute. At the same time, your urine may lack substances that prevent crystals from sticking together. It's creating an environment for kidney stones to form. So if there's too much of one of those substances, they can build up and join together and cause a lot of people with uric acid too that get gout. Possible causes: drinking too little water, exercise too much or too little, obesity, weight loss surgery, eating foods with too much salt or sugar, eating too much fructose can increase risk of developing kidney stones. You gotta really watch your diet. If you're prone to it, then.
So, in other words, it can come from anything.
Yep. Or people that have been prone to kidney infections. I used to give the little girl's dad heck because he was always the one pounding back Monsters and other energy drinks. And it's like, that can't be good. That. Crystal thinks her problem's not enough water. Well, that too, because if you're drinking enough water, it helps keep things diluted and helps keep things moving. Whereas if you're dehydrated, then things are gonna stick together. Now, luckily, I haven't had kidney stones. But during my nursing, I had the opportunity, or not nursing, my training, I had the opportunity to be in a surgery. They put a camera up through the woman's bladder, up into through her ureters, up into her kidneys. was a little kid.
Out.
Well, she was out. She was so cold. But with the certain dye, like being in that operating room, we had to wear the lead apron things. We had to wear a lead throat protection thing. But that neurologist was amazing because he goes, "Have you ever seen a CAT scan thing?" It's like, no. So he brings me over and goes, "So Michael Ann, this is this, and Michael Ann, this is that." Call me by name. I was like, wow, you remember my name that quickly? And Michael Ann, this is this, and this is when you're going through here, and that's this part of the kidney. And then when they was doing the scope before they broke up the kidney stone, you could see where it had got caught in one of the little nooks and crannies within the kidney itself. So it was quite interesting to watch, but standing there for 2.5 hours was with this lead apron and throat protection on was a little exhausting. But it was a woman that was the same age as me. She was early 40s. So cranberry juice is supposed to help with kidney infections and UTIs. Yeah. Anytime I thought I'd be getting a kidney infection, or not, I haven't had a kidney infection yet. When I thought I was getting symptoms of UTI, that's what I increase the water and increase the cranberry juice.
Yeah, I know whenever like my back starts hurting on the sides, and like it's different than like back pain per se, like it's a different kind of pain. I start like down in the water.
No, that and the frequent urination is like, okay, I just went. No, I'm gonna go get. I'm gonna go. No, okay, get the water, get the cranberry juice. Well, hello, call me V.
Hey, V. I just drink too much water that I'm in the bathroom all the time.
Yeah, that's the balance. Am I drinking too much water, or is am I having other symptoms with this? Does it hurt when I pee? Does it?
Well, you know, as they always say, the more you drink, the more you're going to go.
Water's good for you. For the most part, there's people that you can overhydrate, but I think that would be hard for me to do. I drink a lot, but not that much.
Oh.
She's, hello, beautiful people.
Can I tell you how excited I am for this dinner that I'm making right now?
I know you're making me hungry because I had flipping ramen noodles again. But I did get
a salad and a 7-layer salad and that taste test video I got coming out tomorrow.
Well, I had got salad stuff, but then I was away for the weekend, so my salad mix or packet bag salad stuff went icky. So I have to get more stuff, but I just haven't. Except for this afternoon, I haven't got a chance to get out. I was helping out a friend, so he treated me to lunch, even though it was Chinese food from the at the mall. I had rice, orange chicken, and the mixed veggies, but the veggies weren't quite done enough, so I only ate a part of those. But and then had an ice cap while we were driving around. Had one made with almond milk, and as was mentioned earlier in Amy's, you could actually taste the almond, a bit of the almond to it, but it didn't have the dairy or lactose effect that I get after drinking the ice caps usually. So I think I'll be trying those more often. Chick-fil-A waffle fries on my way home. That was my dinner. Hello, Troy.
Hey, Troy.
Hey, Troy. See, I kind of wish, like, I really like Chick-fil-A, but I'm not a big fan of their waffle fries. Like, I'd rather have, like, the sandwich from Chick-fil-A and, like, McDonald's fries.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of waffle fries.
Yeah.
There used to be a restaurant here in town, and they made amazing sweet potato fries. I love sweet potato fries, and they made this cinnamon honey butter that they served with them. But then for a while, they switched to like a waffle sweet potato fry, and it just wasn't the same. fries. Michelle, what?
It's something about waffle fries. Like I like and it's what I'm making right now to go with my teriyaki chicken. Is I like the shoestring fries. Like I like really thin, like fries, like not super cooked well, but like a crispier, like they can't be mushy necessarily on the inside. So I don't not a big fan of really steak fries because they're too mushy for me.
So you don't like steak fries? You don't like waffle fries either?
I'll eat them, but they're not my favorite. Like I'd rather have like the shoestrings than those.
Pork chops, baked onions, and apples, and salad.
Me, I'll eat potatoes any way I can get them, pretty much. Except for I'm not a big fan.
Hello, Manic Mechanic. Welcome in.
I'm not a big fan of just eating. I'm not a big fan of just eating baked sweet potatoes or sweet potato fries. I did not. I'm not a fan of those. But
Troy likes fries from the Shake and Shake.
But as far as like steak fries, waffle fries, the Schuster, curly fries. I mean,
I don't mind most of them.
Potato wedges. I'll eat potato wedges.
I'm not into the part of eating all the crispy bits off the end. That kind of ticks me off when I get an order of fries, and most of it's crispy end bits and stuff. I want fries. I don't want all the garbage in the bottom. Like
yes, Troy, steak and shake fries are good.
Steak and shake. I need to go to a store in the bookstore here in town. Somebody has made some really cool stickers, and I want to get some to give away to friends. There's like I love Sarnia stickers. There is I love French fry stickers. Oh, there was a few other ones. They look really cool. So, might get a bunch of those. Save some for the cruise to give away, and then maybe do a draw or something on one of my lives for them. I thought that would be fun. Not raw potatoes. No, I don't like raw potatoes. I've heard of that, people dipping fries in a milkshake. No, thank you.
Yeah, those.
Or people that dip their fries in mayo.
Yeah, I went
mayo and ketchup.
Yeah.
And I won't dip my fries necessarily in ketchup, but I will if I have mayonnaise and ketchup. But ketchup is like very bottom. Like it's gonna be like barbecue sauce, ranch, honey mustard, teriyaki. Then we're gonna do mayonnaise and ketchup, and then it's ketchup. Or even throw mustard in there before ketchup. Like ketchup is the last option.
So you don't like ketchup by itself, then?
No, like all hash browns get ketchup. Tater tots get ketchup. Fries, no.
Wow.
I'm weird. I tell you, I'm weird.
I'm not dipping my fries in a Frosty either from Wendy's. I just found the fries from Wendy's changed too. I used to, when I was pregnant for one son, I loved getting a Frosty and Wendy's fries because they were just perfect. And something's changed by the way they make them. They don't taste the same.
I haven't been to a Wendy's in forever.
I went to school with some friends of mine every day for lunch. She'd always get a chicken sandwich or something like that, and then along with fries on the side. And she would dip. I think she would mix ranch dressing, ketchup, and mayo all mixed together. And yeah, it's nasty. I was like, no.
Wendy's B says Wendy's 99-cent Frosties are back. Cool.
You're making me want to go to Wendy's now and get a Frosty now.
I'm actually going to go to Arby's and get their new burger.
Arby's has got a new burger now.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to ask you, V, are you going live at the top of the hour? She says, see you guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah, she sent me a
And
message about it.
Wait a minute. Gotta go back here. Nope, not there.
I heard my angel did a video about it today.
I'm going to. Nope. Put the user in timeout. Pin the message to the top. There. So I pinned.
Yourself in timeout.
I put her in timeout. And Jay likes ketchup, but I prefer onion rings over fries. I'm picky when it comes to onion rings. It has to be the battered kind, not the breaded kind. If there's an option for onion rings, I'll take them over fries. But Amy doesn't like onions. Troy, dairy queen for ice cream and dessert. Yes. I could go for a blizzard right now.
yeah.
It drove me crazy. My son and his girlfriend, over the last few weeks, have either got blizzards or Wendy's Frosties, and they haven't asked me any time if I wanted one because I would gladly have paid for them to order me one, but nope. And then it gets delivered to the front door and they walk through with it. I'm like, you got a lot of flipping nerve. That's rude.
It is. Like, maybe like write a note or put it on their door. Next time you order ice cream, I want this. I give you money.
I think I'll just walk down to the grocery store and I'm going to get some, and then I'll just put my name on top of it. It says Mom's. Couldn't say anything. It's like, well, you go order this, you order that. You don't ask me if I want anything, so I would gladly give me some money for it. Okay, Aunt Jay.
We'll see you, Ann.
Bye, NJ.
Have a good Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
You're from the
Yep,
States.
it's Memorial Day weekend here in the States.
Can't beat apple pie. It has, especially warm apple pie with ice cream.
I learned last night about was it mock pie?
Oh yeah, whose channel was talking about that?
Mock apple pie is what it was. It was on Ron Darrell's last night,
Okay.
and it's made with saltine crackers. Doesn't have apple in it. It doesn't have apples in it.
It's called Memory Day, is it? Do you remember, Troy? Memory Day?
It's because he's in the military. He's retired.
Yeah.
Military.
I thought it was Memorial.
It is Memorial Day, but he calls
I
it.
think he's got a typo there. Michelle washed her hair.
He
Michelle
calls
washed her hair
it
at
Memorial
6 this morning, pulled back in the ponytail. Hair is still damp at 70. I love humidity. Ugh, I hate humidity. I would be good with summer if it wasn't for the humidity. So, for anybody that came in late, you have to watch the replay. If you want to help out either the families of the victims of Uvalde or help out the my fellow LARP friends from Ottawa Guild to rebuild it, their camp and with all the damages and stuff like that. There's GoFundMe's for both of those in my description. For everybody else, links at the top. Head over and go see Call Me B. We'll see you there shortly. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye for now. Happy Memorial Day.